Okay, ladies and gents, our second guest this evening is Bradley Reid, Tamworth FC striker. Thank you very much, Brad, for your time this evening. Brad, you've had a mixed career so far. From my understanding, you went as a young kid from Wrexham to Wolves. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I started with Wrexham when I was about 13, and Gaffer was the manager there, and I was playing for the youth team, and he's obviously saw that I had something, and he's put me in the first team. I think I did alright, scored one goal.
Tell us about that goal, Brad.
Yeah,
you're in good company.
Yeah, I scored against Tamworth with my first goal for Wrexham on the pitch.
I remember it.
So after that, I was in contact with Wolves, and they said they wanted to sign me. So I had a lot of chat with Gaffer and my parents about it. Decided it was the right thing for me to do at the time, because we didn't know how many more chances I was going to get to go up somewhere like that. So I moved over to Wolverhampton when I was 17. Spent 4 or 5 years there, not too sure. Was in and around it, close to being in the first team. I was on the bench a few times. I broke my leg, though. I had a bit of a bad injury, broke my leg, and that sort of just put an end to that, really. It was a case of, they couldn't wait for me to get better, get fitter, so they just put other strikers in and they took a chance, so it was kind of no room for me to come in with a contract.
Very much the nature of the beast of football, isn't it? Of course, yeah. I didn't realise you'd actually broken your leg, right?
Yeah, it was 2015. It was in August. I started the season really well. I think I scored about 11 goals in 10 games, something like that, for the under-23s through pre-season. I was on the bench all through pre-season with the first team, and the season was fast approaching. We had a first game against Norwich, and Kenny Jackett, who was the manager at the time, said to me, we want you to go and play with the 23s against Fulham, and then you're going to be on the bench with me in the Championship first day of the season. It's what you want to hear when I go down to Fulham. And then just into the second half, I get a bad tackle. It wasn't too bad, it was pretty much a harmless tackle, but I fell awkwardly and broke my leg, and then I was out for up to a year. And that was the end of the Wolves, really.
Wow, I didn't know. I'm sure a lot of fans wouldn't know, which is exactly the reason that we want to do these interviews, really. So, how did you end up at Tamworth?
It was a case of, I was going on loan throughout the last year of my contract. I was going to Telford, and I remember I was on loan at Telford playing, and then I just noticed in the stands whilst I was playing that Gaffer was there. He was watching the games. So I made an effort to go and speak to him after the game, because I hadn't seen him since I left Wrexham. And I just said to Gaffer, listen, my contract's ending with Wolves at the end of the season. I know they're not going to renew it. Is there any chance you'd want me at Tamworth? And he said, yeah, definitely. He said he wanted to obviously speak to people at the club and Mike about it. And then from that, we just had a few meetings through the summer, and it was a case of, I just wanted to work with Gaffer again. So it was sort of me approaching Gaffer, really, then him approaching me at the start, but I'm glad it worked out the way it has.
Yeah, perhaps a little bit unusual, really, that it worked out that way.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, you're here, and it's been a little bit stop-start for you.
Yeah.
What would your aims be, really, for the remainder of this season and beyond?
The season's been a bit of a mixed bag so far. I've started a few, not started, scored a few, not scored. For me, it's just really, I came here to be the number 9. I came here to be the striker. I came here to score goals. That's what I want to do. I haven't signed here to sit on the bench and not score goals. So for my personal aims, it's just I want to be back in the number 9. I want it to be my shirt. I'm happy to fight for it, and I want to start playing some more regular games and get on the score sheet a bit more and help us get a bit further up the league.
Well, your most recent performance was when you came on as a substitute against Southport a week or so ago, a couple of weeks now. And to be fair, you actually changed the game that day. and just pure tenacity, chasing stuff down and not giving them a moment's peace. And of course you got your goal, and just sort of hope that it can kick on from there really.
Yeah, definitely. It was. Me and Gaffer had a lot of chat through the week, and obviously through Starchy's departure, and I told him that I wanted to be the striker. I wanted that to be my shirt. He informed me obviously that they had to bring in another striker, 1 or 2 strikers to fill the space at Starchy and give us something else. And so we brought Zach in, and he played Zach, and it just, I don't know, it just sort of gave me a bit of a rocket, bit of fire in the belly. I wanted to be there. I didn't want him to come in and walk straight into the number 9 shirt. So I wanted to fight for it. So I think Southport was just, a few weeks of built up frustration about not playing, and I just wanted to show Gaffer what I could do, and thankfully we managed to get a result out of it.
Sounds like you may be the kind of player that is slightly better when you have a point to prove and you're a bit wound up by one means or another.
Yeah, my dad always said I played better when I got kicked, so he's a bit aggressive, so maybe I've just got to get Burns to kick me before we go out.
Not bad on his way to try, am I? What's been your proudest moment so far in relatively short footballing career so far, but what's been your proudest standout moment?
It's tough really, because I was going to say obviously my first professional goal for Wrexham was, it's a big moment.
Which was against Tamworth at the moment.
Well, I'd probably say it was, I got called up for Wales under-21s to play for them. We went over to Lithuania. I started against Lithuania and Finland over there for the 21s, and I had a phone call from Chris Coleman a couple of days afterwards, who was obviously the Wales manager, and he said that he'd been to watch the games, he thought I did really well, and he wanted me to keep going. And it wouldn't be long before I was with him in the senior squad, and this was all the time before I broke my leg, and then obviously we know what happened, and then that was the end of that. But to have the national manager give you a call and say, you're what we want, just give it a couple more years and get into it and you'll be with us. It was a great honour.
It must be very difficult mentally from going from such relative heights really. I mean, talking about touted around the national team, albeit Wales. However, but then you're back, no disrespect to my own club, but at Tamworth, and such a difference. It just seems from speaking to players over the last season or so that I've done this, that it does seem very fine lines.
Yeah, football's all a game of fine lines. It's everything's an inch, and so it was a case of a lot of things could happen if I didn't go down to that game at Fulham. Who knows where I could have been, But then again, I could have been on the bench for one game and then, not performed and still be back here. So it's not, it's fine lines. But I can't say I was there or thereabouts. I still had a long way to go whilst I was there, and obviously it hasn't worked out that way, and everything's happened for a reason. So.
Well, you're certainly young enough to still make it higher up in the game, and obviously anyone at Tamworth would wish you that. So fingers crossed for you there, Brad. With you being part-time with Tamworth now, what do you do outside of playing for Tamworth?
It was difficult leaving Wolves, which is obviously full-time, training every single day, having 1 or 2 days off a week, to doing part-time and having to find another means of money. So it's a bit of a rocky. I went and worked in a warehouse for 2 weeks, just lugging UPVC windows. I couldn't deal with that really, so I've done a bit of supply teaching in high schools. I've coached in high schools. But currently I've just started working with Callum Powell. He's got his own coaching company. It's based in Coventry. We coach one-to-one kids, developing their aspects of the game that they want to work on and the bits that we think they should be working on. So that's what I've started doing now. I've started coaching more or less full time now.
Bradley, thank you very, very much for your time this evening. I'll let you get on.
Cheers.